Alright, looks like it's time. So let's go. Oh gosh, I am glowing. I've got to lean back. I have a window right above me. Oh, well, at least hopefully you can see what I'm working on, even if I am just like a ghostly apparition. Hello! I've got a few different things that I'm working on today, but a couple of different nature trays, so that's what the thing's titled for. I'm just getting another layer of like moss and stuff onto this one. This is for a commission. And so I'm gonna do, I think, one more layer of like kind of like a moss ground covering, and then I'll do the like a dirt layer. So that'll be kind of underneath. But let's add some more of the dark green. Hi Maggie, how you doing? How you doing? I've got, we'll see, you know, I feel like this could either be like a really, I'm doing good. I'm a little bit like not great today because I did something to like my neck and upper back. So I'm just kind of like today, but like otherwise I'm doing good. Not too bad. Let's add some more of this. Oh, I'm excited to get this tray done because I think it's gonna turn out pretty cool. It's what finally drove me to up the prices on my custom trays though, because it's taking a long time to make. But it's got all sorts of like plants and stuff along the sides. I think it'll be pretty. It's got a little bit of a magical shimmer in there. I got some new moss, actually. Let's add some of that as well. I think that'll be nice. I'm trying to make it so I don't, there's like some handmade mushrooms in here that I made. I'm trying not to like cover those too much because I want those to kind of look like they're in the dirt, but I guess we'll see what happens. Oh. You doing anything fun today? I'm doing my weekly game night with friends, so that's fun. That's fun. Dinner and board games. I'm more like a board game person than I am a video game person. I think, to be fair, like the video games that I'm interested in playing are, oh, I'm very sniffy today too, sorry. But there's a cat outside the door scratching to be let in, but they're not coming in. No, but the video games that I like playing, I've realized, are ones that are kind of like sandbox, you know, creative type ones where I can create something, because I like arts and crafts, or like multiplayer ones, games that I can play with friends, because I don't know, I played some modded Minecraft. I haven't played any modded Minecraft before. We're talking about doing that though at some point. Once we get tired of the current server that we've got going, we're talking about switching over to something modded. Because I think a lot of people on our server, no baby, I'm working at the moment. I don't know if you can hear that cat or not. She just yelled outside the door. But a lot of the people on the server, I think, have played more modded than they have vanilla. And I kind of pushed for vanilla because like I'm fairly new to the game. Baby, no! You can't come in. Oh, she's very insistent that she be allowed in. And let's add a little bit of this moss. No, baby. Alright, this is gonna stick up a little bit, but I'm gonna trim it down. I'm gonna trim this down a little bit once I get a thin layer of resin added, and I think it'll be okay. Oh gosh. No, baby. Not right now. I'm working on stuff. I can hear her scratch. I don't know if you guys can hear her scratching, but she's definitely scratching at the door right now. Oh dear. Let's see though. But yeah, like I don't know. I guess I kind of like games for the same reason that I like D&D, which is as an excuse to hang out with friends. It's like it gives you something like something to, like a topic to talk about, I guess. Like there's built-in topic to talk about, which I enjoy, because then I don't, you know, if I don't know what I'm gonna say, I can just talk about whatever we're currently playing or, you know, working on type thing. So I think that's part of the reason. That way I don't have to try and keep a conversation going. That's like, I always feel, there, you know, there's some friends that I don't mind, but there's like, it's always weird hanging out one-on-one with people. I always find it weird hanging out one-on-one with people, because I always feel like I need to keep whatever, like, the conversation going, and that can just get tiring. It can just get tiring trying to, like, make sure to keep the other person entertained, I guess. Like, and I realize on a certain level that, like, I don't need to do that. Like, I don't need to keep the other person that I'm talking to entertained. That's, like, not my job or whatever, but I don't know, I guess it's just to keep things from getting awkward. I'm just like, okay, I want to keep this other person entertained. That's, like, that's why I like hanging out in groups, I think. I am an extrovert, though, I think. I don't know. I think the theory that everyone has kind of like a max amount and a minimum amount of social interaction that they need, and it's different for everybody, holds, you know, that seems like it makes the most sense. But, no. This is the problem with the moss, is that it moves so easy. There's still a cat scratching at the door. Go away! No, you're being disruptive. Not. I don't want to go give her attention, because that'll just teach her that if she scratches at the door, she gets attention, which I've probably already taught her. That's kind of what happened right before the stream, was Luna was yelling at the door, and I was finally just like, fine, and I went and picked her up and set her down on my lap. Hi, Druidic Gobbo. How you doing? I have a cat scratching at the door that wants in. It's like, no, you can't come in. I'm going to be working with resin. It's not good for you. Alright, I think that's probably enough moss on there. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Maybe. Let's add a little bit more. You finally got to use it though. Finally got to use it though. That's fun. Hopefully it rolled well for you. Yeah, I was wondering if you could hear. I was wondering if you could hear the cat, since she was being so loud. Let's add a little bit more of this one. Oh gosh. Since the one that you started with, or that's fair. Well, hopefully you had a nice time doing that. It's always weird to me. I guess to be fair, I don't watch a ton of streams. I guess I do actually watch more VODs than I do streams, because I feel like there's kind of like, I don't know, there's two reasons that I like watching streams. One of them is to interact with whoever's streaming, and then the other is to have something long form that I don't have to like mess around with while I'm working on something else. Because, like, I don't have to try and find a new YouTube video to watch every, 10 minutes or whatever. I can just put something on that's 2 hours long. But, oh gosh, I don't know. It's just like, wait, people actually want to watch something that I'm making? That's so exciting. Alright, I think that'll be fine. Yeah, we're gonna add just a thin layer of resin. I'm just gonna kind of tack things down a little bit, and then I'm gonna trim everything on the top. And then we'll add probably our ground layer. I'm trying to get it so it's, yeah, I think that'll be that. Aw, thanks. Yeah, I like doing that sort of stuff. I like doing this stuff with the complex inclusions things, so the other nature tray that I'm going to make, the one I was just working on was a commission, but this one, I just decided I wanted to make some trays. I just decided I wanted to make some trays, and I made a couple like this recently. This one's not actually finished. I need to add another layer on the back, but with like a whole bunch of like mechanical pieces of all sorts of different sizes and things, with just kind of arranged neatly. I want to do something like that with like some natural items too. I think so. On this one, I did like a black border of resin. You're not coming inside. I'm working with things. Kitty cat, I'll be out in a little bit. People who say that cats aren't affectionate have never met my cats, who walk around the house and scream if I'm in a room that has a door closed. Anyways, I did like a black border on this one. I was thinking for kind of a nature-themed one of doing like a moss border. I think that would be cool. So I'm going to do that, and I think I'm going to use some of the different kinds of moss too. Because I got some people who say that have never owned cats. I know, it's just like, I think the difference between cats and dogs is that like, you gotta let cats seek you out for affection, whereas you can seek dogs out for affection. Like, I think that's kind of the difference. But at the same time, like, my cats are constantly seeking me out for affection. Like, I have 4 cats, which is more than I meant to have, but, like, there's always one that's just walking around the house screaming and asking for attention. Just like, hey, come pick me up, or, like, oh man, all of my cats like different things too. Like, Luna definitely wants you to, like, she'd probably be happy if you carried her around. Like, she's the one that will walk around and scream, and want people to come pay attention to her. That's definitely Luna's thing. And she's the one that was screaming at the door before the stream. And finally I just picked her up and set her in my lap for half a minute, and that seemed to help. But you have 3 cats, which is less than normal. To be fair, I only decided to get 2 of the cats, and I only picked out 1 of the cats. The other 2 were not me. I'll explain that in a second. I'm gonna go through all of my cat's likes and dislikes though, because I'm that kind of crazy cat lady. But Luna would love it if people carried her around all the time, like she's a princess. They found me. So yeah, there is the cat that I think he doesn't have a home, but he hangs out on my back patio, and he's such a nice cat. And I'm like, I can't take you in. I've already got 4 of them, but he asks to be let into my house. It's just like, no, buddy. You're very sweet and very friendly, but I've already got 4 cats. I wish I could find him a home though, because he's a very nice cat. He's very sweet. He's a good boy. Big fluffy tomcat kind of cat. I don't know if he's fixed or not, because he's got the big like jowls, like the unfixed boy cats sometimes do. Okay, but anyways, Luna loves it. You're the crazy cat lady who will take in everybody. Yeah, man, I know. I want to find a home for him. He's such a good boy. Yeah, Luna likes being carried around. Fitz is two favorite activities are having someone chase him around the yard and getting pet while he eats. Like, he will meow at you and lead you to the food dish so that you will pet him while he eats. He really likes having someone there giving him pets, like while he's eating. It's very funny. As long as they get along with your current. So yeah, I think this cat gets along fine with my cats. But yeah, no, but Fitz loves little kids because they're willing to chase him. Fitz is an interesting cat. I almost feel like he has some dog mannerisms as opposed to cat mannerisms. Like, oh, wait, who is this cat? Hi. Sorry, there's a cat in the window well I've never seen before. Hello, who are you? Hi. There's an orange cat out here. Speaking of cats, I have no idea where did this cat come from? Oh goodness. All right. To be fair, there was one night where at least 3 different cats asked to be let in my house, and a different night where a cat walked into my house because it was dark and my brother opened the door for what he thought was Fitz, and this other cat just walked in. And then Fitz walked up behind my brother, and my brother was like, wait a minute. Need a ginger boy next. I don't have a ginger cat. Hello. Hi. Oh, this seems like a friendly cat. It's rubbing against the window. Thank you for blocking the sun. I appreciate it. I can actually see the screen now if you want to just stand there for a while. Yeah, there's some very, very friendly cats in the neighborhood. Well, anyways, what was I saying? Oh, Fitz's favorite things are to be chased around and to get pets at the food dish. And he has some, like, dog mannerisms. Like, if he wants, like, someone to play with him, like a different cat that he doesn't even know, he'll just roll over onto his back and then, like, wiggle towards them. And it's like he doesn't pick up on cat body language either, because he'll try to play with my other cats, and they obviously do not want to play, and will, like, straight up growl at him, and he'll be like, oh, are we playing? It's like, dude. Which one? This one or this one? He's the oldest. He's the oldest out of the cats. No, he has the most energy out of all my cats. He's also the oldest of my cats. He acts like a kitten. Oh, this one I keep all my moss in. I had to go get some more moss recently. I completely ran out of this kind, and I use it so much for everything. Oh, it also came with, like, some, like, dyed purple moss. Maybe I should use that for something. That might be cool in, like, dice. I don't know that I want that in this tray. I think I'm going kind of natural with this tray. Oh, there's an idea. I just got it recently. But that'll match really well with a little bit of shimmery magic on there. Perfect. I'm going to add a little bit of this kind of purplish color. That'll be nice. I think it'll be kind of a little, like, I'm just going to use like a little bit, so it's kind of like an accenty sort of color. But that'll contrast really well with all the oranges and greens. But let's get some of that in there, yeah. I didn't even think about that. This is why they pay you the big bucks. Alright, yeah, that'll be nice. Ooh, that looks good. I'm going to add a little bit more, not quite so even, but yeah, I think that purple's going to be nice. It's that kind of reddish purple color that is kind of pulled in a little bit with the shimmer that's in there. Kind of magical shimmer, and then also kind of the, some of the darker flowers and stuff. Yeah, that'll be good. Let's add some. I'm excited to see how this turns out. I think it's going to be pretty. I think it's going to be pretty. Where do I want to add this? Let's add some along the side, maybe. Ooh, there we go. Stretch. That's a good idea. I was saying, at the beginning of the stream. Oh, why is my thing not lined up properly? I was saying at the beginning of the stream that I did something to like my neck or upper back yesterday. Like I just like stretched yesterday and something popped. And then it's felt like I've had like a stiff neck, but it's also like my upper back since yesterday noonish, I think. So honestly, stretching's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea if you guys have been sitting for a while or been in one position for a while either. That might be too much purple. That might be a little bit... Actually, no, you know what? I was going to say I think it might be too much, but I'm actually going to get rid of a lot of this. How you doing? How you doing, Fetus Enchilada? I kind of like that there's more on this side than this side, though, because, I don't know, kind of having an uneven is kind of nice. But yes, some of it's going to disappear because I'm going to add a thin layer of resin, and then that's going to be the last layer of clear resin, and I'm going to trim down. Ooh, thinking up flavor combos for taffy making. Ooh. Well, first of all, yum taffy. Are you doing like saltwater taffy? Or, like the, like, flavors though. I'm suddenly thinking of my brother at one point. Made extracts. It's like surprisingly easy to make extracts. He literally just got like a thing of fairly cheap vodka and like stuck a bunch of like fruit parts in them. Root beer and eggnog. Huh. Like, wait. Like, them mixed together? Root beer and eggnog? Huh. I never would have thought of that. I mean, that sounds interesting, though. I like both of those things. I guess both of them have kind of a... like a... I don't... It's so hard to describe flavors, but they have kind of like a warmer flavor. Just because of like the spices and the eggnog and the fact that it's like cream based. And then root beer also has kind of, as far as sodas go, I've never tried mixing root beer with eggnog. Huh. Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to try that at some point. I'm trying to get this so that it's along the sides, but it's not overhanging it all. Because I'm trying to do a border. I want to do a nice clean border, which I guess to be fair, I'm going for a strange mix of like natural, but also like very structured. Similar flavor, but with the eggnog spices added. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that now. Like, I never would have thought of it, but now I can kind of see it now that you've said it. It's just like, oh, I can see how that would work. I can see how that would work. Oh, I'm so sniffy today. I'm so sorry. Let's grab some more of this. Yeah, I went looking for just the, like, this moss. The, like, fluffy moss that I use a lot of. But it only came in, like, a multi-pack where I went. But I got some other fun new mosses, too. Including one that's, like, kind of like a piece of ground cover almost or something. And then, like, this stuff that looks kind of, like, dead and branch-like almost. And they're both kind of fun. I kind of like both of them. So now I got to try both of them out and see how they do. Very similar to the liquid left at the end of a root beer float. Yeah, see, I like root beer floats. So it's like that creamy sort of, like warm spiced cream sort of thing. Yeah. Like I said, now that you've said it, I just like, oh, I can see that. Let me grab a tissue. Oh. Here, just a second. I'm so sniffly today. I woke up with like a little bit of a runny nose. I don't know why. Alright. So what are some other flavors that you've been thinking of trying with your taffy? Because it sounds like that one would be good. Now I'm curious what else you've tried and whether it worked or not. Come on. And a little bit of kind of a stringy moss in here. Okay, there we go. Let's see, and then let's think of some more taffy flavors too. See, my dad would be the person to ask. He's the one that really likes taffy. At least like saltwater taffy. I've never been caramel apple. You know, okay, yeah, that sounds like a classic. Can't go wrong with a little bit of caramel apple flavoring. Although my brother got, I really like chocolate covered pretzels. That's one of those things that I could eat a lot of. He got, just to try, like caramel apple flavored dipped pretzels. They're not bad. It's just kind of weird. Mango and rosemary. Ooh, like a little bit of ooh, have you done like a rose flavor? I actually really like rose flavoring. Rose and mint is really good together. My brother and I got ingredients for making our own like tea blends at one point. So we got just plain black tea and then like some other, you know, like hibiscus flowers and rose petals and peppermint and that sort of stuff. And like different whole spices. And one that I made actually was just a mix of peppermint leaves and rose petals. And actually no, and I added some white tea. It was white tea, peppermint, and rose. And the peppermint and rose was actually a really good combination. But also I like a little bit of something floral. Like there's a boba tea place that's not too far from where I live. And my brother and I in the summer, every once in a while, we'd just be like, it's hot out, should we go get bubble tea? And it's just like, yeah, let's go get bubble tea. And they had some floral flavors. It became almost a game to a certain extent where my brother would go and get the drinks, like go and get the drinks, and then he wouldn't tell me what he got because he knows, you know, the sort of things that I like. And then I'd have to try and guess what the flavor was. I think there was one at one point that was like lavender flavored or something like that. Let's see. Your favorite tea make is chamomile mixed with Persian basil blossoms. It's purple basil with a licorice flavor to it. Oh, okay. I'm not a huge fan. You know, chamomile is one of those ones where it's just like, I'm not a huge fan of it for some reason. I don't mind it, but it's just like, I'd rather have something. Maybe it's just too light for me or something. No, I like jasmine tea. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I use chamomile flowers in my resin sometimes. Durian boba, oh gosh. To be fair, I've heard that durian tastes fine once you get past the smell. I'll have to ask, I have a couple of friends that I should ask if they've ever had durian boba. I have a couple of the friends that I have dinner with on Saturdays. I wouldn't be surprised if they'd had durian boba before. One of them was talking about making some sort of dessert for the Lunar New Year. That'd be fun. Kind of like a funky ice cream. In boba, it's not a strong flavor. Kind of like, oh, okay. I think that was part of what worked well with the floral flavors in the boba as well, is because it wasn't like super strong, but like it's really easy to go overboard with lavender. If you've ever tried adding lavender flowers to like tea or something, they can very easily overwhelm the flavors. Vampire penguin? Is this a food? Oh, okay, it's like a company or something. Oh, I need some more of this dark green, I think. Alright, this is starting to look pretty good, I think. I just want it to be fairly filled in. Doesn't need to be perfect. Shaved ice with crazy flavor combinations. I've never heard of it, so to be fair, I don't know if there's one near me, but maybe in the Seattle area or something. Real niche. It sounds fun though. It sounds like one of those things that'd be fun to try at the very least. It does sound like it might be more of a big city thing, where you can get away with some of the niche stuff more, because you've got a larger, possible clientele. Yeah, I like trying things like that. It's just something new and different. Alright, let's see here. I think we're looking pretty good. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. Alright, I think that's fine for the border. I'll show you what we got. So we've got a moss border. In the 18th century, they had a Parmesan cheese ice cream. To be fair, food is one of those things where it's like what you like is so dependent on what you're used to. Because when I was talking about this last night actually, like when I first had Indian food, I did not like it because a lot of the spices that are used in Indian food that are used for savory dishes, I am used to being in sweet dishes, so like cinnamon and stuff. Like I always think of cinnamon as being with sweet foods, and so when there was suddenly cinnamon in a food that was supposed to be savory, my brain is just like, this is wrong. What is this? This isn't correct. But like now I've gotten used to it. It's just like, oh, this is great. It's delicious. Mango snow, watermelon, chamoy. I don't know. Chamoy. I don't know what that is. Chili caramel sauce. Oh, to be fair, that kind of makes sense to me. Mangoes and chilies is a fairly common combo. I mean, at least if you like Mexican food. Food they make on the Townsend's YouTube channel. What kind of food did they make? I'm gonna grab one of these. These are beetle elytra. So shiny beetle things. We'll grab one of those. Probably just one. And then I was thinking I could grab, I got these flowers. Food using very old recipes. That's fun. Yeah, I got these flowers recently that are pressed, and I was thinking I could add one of these. Taro, jackfruit, coconut, red and white beans, and condensed milk. It sounds like they've pulled from different cultures. Cause yeah, like Mexican candy, yeah. The mango and chili and stuff feels very Mexican, and then like the taro and like taro, jackfruit, coconut, red and white. That feels more Asian. I'm not sure which place specifically. Let's see, what color do we want to do? Maybe a yellow one. Should I do one of these yellow flowers, maybe? Maybe one of these yellow, although I do also have, amusingly, I feel like there should be another syllable in there. That's, mung beans is what my friend was trying to find for the dessert she was talking about making tonight. I do have these flowers, but I worry that it might be a little bit big. Oh, yeah, that might be a little bit big in comparison to everything. I don't know. Do you think it's too big? Just an idea I had. I'm trying to make something that's kind of similar to this tray that I made recently, with kind of like neatly arranged things, but I want to do like a forest floor type one. And so I think maybe a smaller flower. I think a smaller flower will be better. All right. I think maybe one of the smaller yellow ones. Ooh, come on. Yeah, it's definitely in a different direction. I'm doing more of like a neatly arranged type of thing. But I am still working on 2 nature-themed trays today, so that's how it ended up as the title. Alright, let's try one of these flowers, I think. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Oops. Flip that over. Oh, it's kind of pretty on both sides. Okay. Yeah, so I think those will be good. Make sure I have these right side up so I don't spill them everywhere. These ones aren't open yet. Although I might steal... Oh, you know, I might steal... Did one of these have like 4-leaf clovers in them? I thought one of these had clovers in them for some reason. Maybe not. Did I just dream that? I might have just dreamt that they had 4-leaf clovers in them. Because it might be cool to add some sort of like a greenery thing too. But I could add a leaf for sure. Let's add, here, I'm going to grab one of these leaves down here. Yeah, I'm going to grab one of those. There we go. Here's an idea. If you have an oddly shaped piece that you try not to use... What do you mean? An oddly shaped piece of what? Of some sort of plant or something? We're just kind of trying to... I'm just kind of grabbing things out at the moment that I think will... What about oddly shaped plants? To be fair, like, even if it's oddly shaped, I can usually use like a piece of it at least or something in like the dice and things since they're so small. Alright, and then let's grab some sort of feather. I got some pretty feathers here. Is there a good sized one? I'm trying to find one that looks like put together well. Oh, that one looks good. Oh, I see. If there's any pieces here, I'm trying to avoid place them near each other. Yeah, that's fair. That's true. I'm, I don't know if there's any I really try to avoid. There's some random things that I just haven't really used. Oh, I was gonna pull out, oh, that's what I was gonna add to your tray that I forgot. Animal bones. Because you actually wanted animal bones, right? Because I do have some little tiny animal bones that I got out of an owl pellet. I had a random owl pellet sitting around. Let's have some of these kind of buried in the moss. But you know, I had an owl pellet just sitting around, and so I went and broke it apart and stole the bones from it. So let's steal some of those. It had like a full, it's kind of broken a little bit, but it had like a full, if people don't want to see skeleton pieces, look away now, but it had like a full rodent skull in it of some sort, which is very cool. The jaw kind of broke a little bit, but I thought that was cool. There's some sort of vertebrae. We'll add that in there. Yeah, I'm just adding a few little bones here and there. I feel like the bones are kind of fun because it's kind of like almost like you won't notice them until you look really closely. I feel like the tray will look very, very like, you know, pretty and magical, and then you look at it and it's gonna be like there's just a few like little dark elements in there. It's just like, which is fun. I feel like that's very Fae-esque, where it feels very pretty and magical, and then you're just like, oh, they could very easily kill me. Maybe that's just my my understanding of the Fae, though. I'm in danger. Let's see. Oh, I had a add that. Where do we want to add that? I'll add it over here. Let go. There we go. Absolutely correct. Yeah. I'm glad I remembered these though before it was too late. Let's get that in there. Cool. All right, just a few little. Oh, here's a really nice big vertebrae. Let's add that. Where do I want to add these vertebrae? Oh, there's other bones there already. I'll add it right here. That's a good spot. All right, there we go. A few little bones in there. But also I wanted to add some bones to this. I think a few little bones will be good. Like in this tray that I made, I had like some little tiny pieces in there, which kind of was fun for filling things in. So I'm thinking the bones might be good for that. I might want to come back to the bones and steal some of the little tiny ones to fill in between the other things. But actually what I was coming over here to grab was this piece of thorny blackberry vine. I was gonna cut a piece of this off and include it. I actually went and got this for, well, there it goes. I actually went and got this for a commission as well. There's blackberry bushes at the end of my street. Very thorny wild blackberry bushes. And I was making a set of blackberry themed dice. And so I just walked down to the end of the street and I bled for that commission because I did actually prick myself at one point, which was unfortunate, but got a piece of blackberry bramble. I do have onion skin. I don't think that quite matches what I'm going for. I do have snake skin here. I just don't know. My problem in the past has been that it's showing up really like much at all. I don't know. I don't know how well it'll show up in the resin. So I don't know if I want the snake skin or not. I also don't know how I'd include it super organically. I guess I could cut off a tail. I don't know if I'm going to include the snake skin. I don't know how well that would work. But I did go and grab, I pulled out a whole bunch of seashells, which I figured wouldn't really match for this kind of a forest floor vibe. But there is some shells here that kind of look like snail shells. Actually, they might actually be snail shells. And I was figuring, that like a snail shell or two would match the vibe of like a forest floor. I do think I want to do like maybe a beachy sort of one of these as well. I don't know. Maybe I got some little shells. So I think I could do one or two of those that look like snail shells. Grab a couple different sizes. Yeah. Just grab a couple of those. And then I also went and grabbed, because I took them upstairs. They were down here, and then I took them upstairs because I was trying out a thing for some jewelry. I think I posted it in the Discord a while back, but I went and grabbed rocks. These are kind of larger ones. Oh, the kitty cat's back, scratching at the door. Okay, yeah, this is kind of the larger and medium-sized ones. Oh, it's still so snippy. It should be in the about section. For some reason my commands haven't been working. If I do like, I should be able to do this, but my commands haven't been working. I don't know why. Might be because of like the Streamlabs thing that I'm. Yeah, it is down in the about section though. There's a Discord header, and you can just click on the header and it should take you there. Oh. Yeah, I don't know why that's not working. I'll have to figure that out. But I can go ahead and grab some rocks. That seems like a cool one. I'm trying to find ones that are like kind of flat-ish. Oh, I was like, where'd my tweezers go? They're underneath the deck. Gotta get the cat hair out of here. I mean, I guess cat hair is kind of natural, but goodness. Yeah, find ones that are kind of flat-ish. Oh, is it Fitz? Fitzy boy, what are you doing? Ooh, this one might be kind of cool. This one's got like fossils in it. I could do like a little fossil one. Do I want to do that? How tall is that? That one might work well, actually. Got a couple, like one of these weird rocks that are like kind of white on the outside. Ooh, wait, I could grab a little piece of, no, I don't actually know, that probably wouldn't work well in the resin. I was going to grab a piece of one with crystals, but that probably would disappear in the resin now that I'm thinking about it. Those seem like good choices. They're not too tall. Maybe I'll grab this one instead. It's a little bit shorter. I like that one. Trying to find some that. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. This one's nice and flat. Let's go for ones that are kind of nice and flat, and that I think would show up in the resin, because that could be a problem too. Cool. And I actually have some smaller ones there as well, so I might go looking through the smaller ones once we get some of the bigger pieces in place to fill in around, like I was saying with the bones. Get that out of the way. I think I do want to look and see, do I have any like kind of branchy pieces? And I think I might. Let me look in here. This is all things that I Oh, you know I could... here, just a second, I have something here. There is a dragonfly wing. Let's see here, branches. Yeah, I've got some branchy type things in here. If I can... That one's pretty good. Might cut it down. Oh, this one's a little bit smaller. I'll grab the one that's a little bit smaller. And then I was also thinking of grabbing... Oh, I could do a watermelon seed. Do you think a watermelon seed would be weird for like a forest floor type deal? That'd be weird. Is that a little bit too strange? Does that match or not, do you think? I mean, I might as well. I think I might as well have some sort of seed. Like a seed of some sort. A watermelon seed works all right. Grab one of those. To be fair, maybe I should use some of the flowers in here, because these are ones that I pressed, and so they're not as nice. Some of them are ones that I pressed. Oh, I could grab... I have like these kind of reddish leaves. I think one of those. That'd be nice. I'll grab a smaller leaf as well. Let's see. And then I was gonna grab... Oh wait. Oh no, I already have a feather. We're good. And then I had something else over here that I was gonna grab. And that was... You got lost, but you're back. I was just debating whether a watermelon seed would be weird for a forest floor tray. Grab a few different things, and then I was gonna grab a bee, because I've got a bunch of bees. I think that'll work out well. So actually, I'm gonna pull some of these things out, and also I have a dragonfly wing. I had all right, let's start arranging things. But I had like a full dragonfly, and then I left it somewhere where the cats could get. It was in like an open tray somewhere where the cats could get to it, and one of them just hopped up and knocked it down. Just like, darn it. So here we've got kind of a foresty sort of piece. I think I want to spread out with, like, you know, I don't want to put all of the rocks right next to each other. So we'll try to spread those out a little bit. And I think, and I kind of want to, do I want to kind of follow, so I could kind of go like that maybe. That seems nice. I do like doing stuff like this. I don't know, it's kind of relaxing. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of puzzle-like. It's like just figuring out how things will fit. Try to be very gentle with the dragonfly wing. I am worried things are gonna like float a lot, but I guess we'll find out. Let's see. Oh, that kind of works like that, I think. Yeah, I think that kind of works. We'll put something small here. Oh, maybe the seed. We'll put the watermelon seed there. Yeah, there we go. I think that works. Could use something small down here. Maybe a snail shell? I might put maybe a snail shell. Ah! If I don't, some things are hard to, this would probably be easier for me to grab with my, with my hand. All right, let's see here. And it's easiest to add some of the like kind of bigger things first. So let's do that. Got this twig. I don't necessarily need to have the whole twig there. But I mean, I could. Might as well have that whole twig there, I guess. And then let me move this flower. The flower will probably be next because it's kind of the next biggest thing. Like that at that angle. Yeah, that's nice. And let's see. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to change this a little bit because I want to have room for that feather. I don't really have room for that feather at the moment. And I think I might cut this down. It's just a little bit too long. I just kind of broke it, but that's fine. Still cat hair trying to get in there. I don't need that cat hair in there. Let's see, feather. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I think that's good. And then I think we can start filling in some of the other pieces around it. Don't know if I like that there. This might work better. Oh, actually, I'm going to put it over here because I don't want all of the rocks on one side. Let me see if I can get since they're a little bit heavier, I think it's probably better if I split them up a little bit. Let's see, and then let's see, where do I want to put this bee? Probably kind of in the middle here. Put the bee there. Ooh, or actually, we'll put the bee in here, I think. Because I think it'll fit well there. Yeah, because it has kind of a triangular sort of shape with the wings. That one's gonna be fun to keep in place. I can already tell. I don't think I'm gonna end up using this. That's fine. I can add this here, maybe. Do this long rock that I could use. Maybe I'll put this long rock there. So I feel like I could still use something maybe up at the top here. I think that's kind of coming along though. I think that's gonna work out. Yeah, I think that's gonna work out. Just thinking here. Yeah, I think I could use something here and something at the top. And then if I have anything that's like really tiny, so maybe I could look, let's go to our tiny things. So that's going to be our little tiny rocks and our little tiny bones. Let's find my little tiny rocks. Okay. At the bottom. Here we go. Here's some little tiny rocks. Let's look at those. And see what will fit into these locations. I do think it might be cool to have like a little vertebrae, because I don't have one of the vertebrae in there yet. Ooh. Here's a piece of some sort of jawbone, actually. That could be cool. Let's do a vertebrae. Yeah, there's stuff still attached to the vertebrae. They're not like super clean. I did get them out of an owl pellet. Oops. Don't breathe too hard towards this thing, apparently. Alright. And then let me look at my rocks. And again, I want to find things that are fairly flat. Oh, wait, here's a cool green one. It's kind of translucent though. I found that even if things have some color to them, if I put them in and they're translucent. Sometimes they just disappear. So I'll do that one. That one's nice and opaque. And I'll do this one. I think this one's nice and opaque as well. All right. And then, and then maybe one more bone right there, and we'll be good to go. One more kind of longer bone. Maybe like a, do I have one that's a little bit cleaner? Yeah. My bee is still trying to move out of the way, but I think that is good to go. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way, just because I think it's going to get in my way. So I'm going to put my moss away, and my bees. They can go up on my storage. And then put these away. I only went with one of the snail shells, so the other one can go away. The rocks can go away. The rocks I might actually take back upstairs. I was making some fun little pendants with them. Put that up. So I do actually have a couple of other things that I'm going to work on besides just these trays. Put these away. Let's go up here. There we go. There we go, all cleaned up. So I actually have a few other things that I'm going to work on besides these trays. My feather has moved. It'll be nice once there's some resin there to help weigh these things down. Especially the feather and that sort of stuff. Alright. Move this up out of the way. I can show you what else we're working on. So I've got our 2 trays. I've got a couple of dice. I poured this set, well, both of these sets, and I can show you. Here's one of them. Here's one of the sets that I poured on Wednesday. But both this set and this set with rainbow mushrooms, they both had one die that ended up with like a bubble at the top. So I want to just kind of fill that in a little bit. I think the D4 probably won't even put the lid on, but fill that in with a little bit of clear, this one in with a little bit of purple if I can. Get those fixed. I also have a set here that I've been working on that's going to be 3 different layers, and I've done 2 of the layers already, so we're going to do the 3rd layer. And that's going to be like a teal sort of color. That's the plan there. Ooh. I have another set that I'm starting, and it's also going to be 3 layers. I'm trying to figure out, I was thinking maybe of making the middle layer a little bit thinner than the other 2, so maybe doing about 12 milliliters of resin. Because a full set of dice takes about 30. So if I do 12, that'll, and then I'll do the middle layer, and then I'll do another 12. That would leave, 6 milliliters in the middle there. Do I want it half as? Yeah, I think that would work out actually. I just want like a thin layer in the middle. My plan for this set is to do one half that has like a white, it's clear resin with like a white swirl in it, and then I'm going to do a layer of an opaque color, and then I'm going to do a layer of clear with a black swirl in it. So it's kind of like, two different I don't know, like opposite sort of things. I'm also going to make a couple of blanks for a commission that I'm working on. So there's going to be a silver one, and then there's going to be like kind of a sparkly blue one. And those should be easy enough to do. And I think that's going to be it, because quite honestly the trays take quite a bit of resin, so it works out that I'm not doing as many dice. Let me grab something here and we'll mix up some, what purple did I use? Was it this one? I think it was this one. We're just going to do a little tiny bit of resin to fill in the bubble on the D12 here. This was just going to have clear. All right, and then let me get a mixing cup for this set that's going to have the teal. And I want it to be kind of extra. That's my goal here, is for the I don't know how I'm going to do it, because I want it to be like opaque and stuff. But I want it to be kind of extra. Let me get the white out of here. So I've got a few different pigments. I think I kind of want it to mainly be like this teal color. It's kind of greenish though. So I grabbed this other teal liquid pigment that's a little bit more blue, and I'm going to kind of try and even it out a little bit. I don't need a ton of this because it's only going to be, 10 milliliters. I've already done 20 milliliters of the dice. So we'll add a bit of this, and that's that teal color. Yeah, a little bit of that. I don't want to add so much that it, like, you can't see anything else either. And then let's add a little bit of this powdered pigment. Actually, here, we'll add a little bit of this powdered pigment. And this is it's kind of blue. Oops, that was more probably than I needed. This stuff a little bit goes a long way, but it's too late now. So hopefully that doesn't end up too blue. But it shimmers green, which is kind of fun. So we'll see how that looks. And then I have this multi-chrome, these multi-chrome flakes that kind of shimmer between blue and green. There you go, you can kind of see. Oh, my phone is buzzing, but they shimmer between blue and green. And so we're going to add some of those. And that'll hopefully add our little bit of extra flair. All right. And then once I get that all mixed together, we'll see how the color looks, and I might add some of this teal just to make it either a little bit more tealy. There we go, got those all figured out. For this set, like I was saying, it's going to be clear resin, about 12 milliliters of it, with a swirl of white. And I was thinking of doing this white. Do I want to do that? I'm just debating whether I want it to be shimmery. Yeah. Do I want it to be shimmery, or do I just want a, like, opaque white? Okay, let me think about this. I think I'll do it shimmery. My concern is that it's all gonna, like, fall to the bottom. Just all sink. But I think if I just do it kind of subtly, it'll be fine. I'm just gonna make a little bit of like a shimmery white resin, and then we'll be kind of swirling it into the dice with our star stick. I think it's gonna be kind of subtle, but that'll be good. All right, and there's that. For these over here, these will take about 5 milliliters each or something. So we got our silver, our nice dark silver color. These are blanks I'm gonna be painting. And I don't need this to be, I don't need it to be super pigmented. My concern with the mica powders is if you add like a ton of pigment, it will make the resin like heavy and things will kind of try to sink. I guess it's not too big of a deal if it's all I'm just going for one color, but it could end up kind of uneven, I think. Yeah, I think that'll be good. If I need to add more, I can. If I need to add more, I can. So that one we're going for silver, and then this one we're going for like kind of a sparkly blue. So I just want a little tiny bit of shimmer here. Let me just... There we go. So to get just a very like faint shimmer, I'm just going to get the barest amount of this pigment. To do that, it's very easy. I'm literally just going to dip my stir stick and we're done. And that'll make it fairly shimmery. I guess I want this... I guess it's only going to be 5 milliliters of resin, but I do want this nice and shimmery. So we'll add a second dipping of the stir stick. And then that'll be ready to go there. I think that is everything. I think that's all of our things ready to pour now. Let me blow my nose one more time before I put the respirator on. Oh, it's so sniffy. But I think we're actually ready to pour some resin. Let me get some things out of the way. So let me grab my safety equipment here, namely gloves and a respirator. And actually, before I pour resin, I need something to mix it in, so let me grab a mixing cup here. Clean this out. This has all sorts of little bits of resin in it at the moment, but that's fine. They're easy enough to clean out. Every once in a while, I get like the, it's like, okay, I have got time, I'm in the craft room and I'm thinking about it, and I'll go and like clean all of the mixing cups. But most of the time I just forget that the mixing cups are a thing that I need until I actually need one. And it's just like, oh yeah, I really should have cleaned those earlier. Alright, but yeah, to clean them, I'm just going to grab a little bit of packing tape. Oh, the packing tape made me think of it. I've gotten all of the pieces. I am working on a tutorial video. And it's gonna go on my Patreon. But I'm working on a tutorial video on how I make my molds, since that seems to be what people usually ask about. And I finally got, all the different pieces of it recorded. And I'm realizing I'm writing a script for myself because I'm gonna do like a voiceover on it. I was like, yes, I can finally use my minimal amount of voiceover knowledge to make this tutorial video. Finally, a use for it. But the packing tape made me think of it because I just use so much packing tape in like every aspect of making dice. I use a bunch of it in making molds. I use it to clean things. Like, sometimes I've used it as, I've had, open bezels, so, kind of just like these, where there's, no back to them. They're just open. And so I've used packing tape as, the back, and then I can, peel the resin, the tape off of the resin after it cures. But but I just go, I use a lot of packing tape. When I was ordering packing tape last, I was just like, should I get the like 18 pack of packing tape? That seems like a lot of packing tape. It's like, well, I'll use it though. It's one of those things where it's just like, I use a lot of packing tape. I haven't used 18 rolls of it, mind you. That'll last me a while. But, it just, so much packing tape. Ugh. I'm excited to get that video done, just to, like, have got it done. I'm still, like, it's one of those things where it's gonna go on, like, my Patreon. I need to figure out what I want to do for the next tutorial video for my Patreon, and I think the mold making one might end up on YouTube eventually, because so many people want to know how to make molds. Alright, there we go. That's looking better. A little bit cleaner, I say as I get a random piece of resin on it. Alright. There we go. Now I have a mixing cup. Let me toss out this tape real quick. Alright, so I'm going to be kind of muffled the rest of the stream. Get a last sip of tea. I'm going to be kind of muffled the rest of the stream. It's going to sound like this. I'll try to speak as clearly as I can, because I know it's a little bit hard to hear. Ooh. I buckled that behind my neck and it gave me like a weird spine chill. Alright, let's see here. So let's go ahead and pour ourselves some resin. So I'm going to be using a 2-part resin. There's part A and a part B, and I use equal amounts of both. I am going to be rather quiet here for a minute because I can't pour and talk at the same time, otherwise we will have a mess. I need to order more of this. But give me just a second and I'll be right back after I pour this to the correct level. Alright. There's the resin itself, and then we're going to add our hardener. Darn cat hair. Where did you even come from, cat hair? Get out of there. Alright. And now for part B. Alright, and there is our part B. And now we're just going to mix for a while. Nothing things over. So, it'll take a little while to get this mixed. Not super long, but I want to make sure it's mixed together completely. It starts out kind of cloudy. As I start mixing, you can kind of see. Kind of hard to see. You can kind of see those streaks in there. We want to mix this until all of those streaks are gone. All of those streaks are gone. So that'll take a little bit. Anyways, let's see. What have I been up to? I mean, I've been doing a lot of the same old, I guess. I've been feel like I've been busy lately with dice stuff. I'm debating if I want to become a substitute teacher or not. That's my latest thing, I guess. Man, I don't know. Everything scares me though. To a certain extent, it's just like I probably could do that, but I don't know. It's just I don't know exactly what I'm doing beforehand, and so now it's just like I don't know. I don't know. It just causes anxiety, but I think anything is going to do that until I just do it. Yeah, so this is still, oh, my phone buzzed again. This is still kind of cloudy, you can see the streaks in it. It'll take a minute. I did want to mention. So I'm gonna try out. So I've been doing like this is I still need to figure out some scheduling and stuff. I've been doing like Minecraft on these Saturday streams fairly recently. Like instead of arts and crafts, like Saturdays are kind of my miscellaneous day for streams. Like I stream Resin if I have stuff that I really want to get done, and then sometimes I'll stream Minecraft because I have something going on that day, and it's easier to quit Minecraft in the middle than it is to quit Resin in the middle. But I'm thinking of moving my Minecraft streams over to YouTube. But I need to figure out, and that way also people who aren't interested in that don't have to go watch them, because I can have them separate. And we'll see how that goes. I need to figure out though, like kind of the scheduling aspect, because like probably I would do that on Saturdays. But then what if I end up, wanting to do Resin on Saturdays? There's a little fleck of something in there. How do I want to like announce schedules for things? I don't know. I don't know if it makes it too complicated to move things to 2 different platforms, or if will be fine because they are 2 different things. I don't know. I'm gonna try it out. I think we'll see how it goes. And so I think next Saturday is gonna be my first YouTube stream as opposed to a Twitch stream. And we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna try it out. We'll see if it works for me. Still mixing. There's a piece of hair that is in my face. I want to get a haircut again. My hair's getting long again. It's getting in my face. I don't like it. I like my hair shorter. Oh, there was sorry, I was thinking about my sweater, which is a non sequitur. It's just very funny. Last week, we had a new person at game night who, like, we know, but like hasn't come to game night before, and we looked the same. We had like the same hair and like the big chunky black glasses and had the exact same color sweater on. And it's just like, what are we doing? Why are we like, what have we done? And it was the same person that like I was editing some footage from so on the Minecraft server that I'm on, we all went and took like a trip together to go find a woodland mansion. And of course, it took us much longer to get there than to actually go through the mansion, just because the adventure was the fun part. But like as I was editing that footage, I was just like, do we sound the same? Do we sound similar? So it's just like, oh gosh, oh no, we might actually just be the same person. This is frightening. Ugh.
So if I disappear and I'm taken over by some sort of someone who you expect to be a doppelganger, you'll know why. Because there's a hair in my vision. There we go. I do want to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I should continue to try and even stream Minecraft and stuff, because like I've been enjoying playing it and stuff, but I don't know. It feels I don't know. I guess it feels more like I'm trying to show off or something with that, even though I'm not. I don't know. It's funny because like I like watching like people play video games on YouTube and stuff. But then like as soon as I'm just like, hey, I could record me playing video games and put it on YouTube, and even though probably no one's gonna watch it, it suddenly feels like no, I can't do that. That's just seeking attention or something like that. It's like it's a weird double standard where it's like okay if other people do it, but it's not okay if I do it. I don't know why. I don't know. I feel weird about trying to. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I worry about trying to make something entertaining. Because it feels like it might feel fake if I try to make things entertaining for other people. But on the other hand, it's just like I do want to make things that other people enjoy. It's a weird caught in the middle of wanting to make things that other people enjoy, but feeling like I'm not allowed to, because if I do, it'll be fake. Don't know. Welcome to the insides of my brain. Now I'm getting a headache because I'm thinking too hard. Alright, this is getting a lot closer. We're getting really close to this being done. Not seeing too many streaks anymore. I'm gonna scrape off the stir stick again, just in case I got either part A or part B, stuck on the stir stick itself. That could happen. Get like a clump of it somewhere. And we'll get that all mixed in. I'm gonna scrape the sides, make sure there's none of part A or part B stuck to one of the sides somewhere. Same as the bottom. Let's get this all stirred up. And I'm looking to see if the light is kind of bouncing off of anything inside of the resin, where like part A and part B are sitting next to each other and aren't mixed completely. Well, that's a cat hair. That's just straight up a cat hair in the resin. We've had our cat hair sighting now. Well, I'm sure there will be more. There's always more. Free cat hair with every purchase. Cat hair is it matches with the forest floor, right? It's just an animal fur. Who's texting me? Oh, might be the group chat for the game night. I think this is looking pretty good. I'm not seeing any spots where there's like light being funky. I'm just gonna stir it a little bit more. I'd rather overstir than understir, since I have a pressure pot that I can put it in to get rid of the bubbles. But there's no getting rid of sticky dice or trays. And I think we are good. So let me divvy this up into our various cups. This one I need about 5 milliliters. Yeah, that's gotta be the group chat. Yeah, that seems to be about 5. Same for this one, which is going to be the our shimmering blue. going for about 5 milliliters. I don't know why. So these are little like medicine cups, you know, and they've got all sorts of different measurements on the side, which is why they're great for this. But what is the point of making a cc and a milliliter the exact same thing, and then just giving it 2 different names? Like, why not just call it milliliters instead of cc's? Is there a reason for that? Because, like, they're exactly the same. They're right next to each other. It's literally the same thing. I don't know. I don't get it. Alright, we just need a little tiny bit here. This is to fill in that purple spot. And we need a little tiny bit here. So I'm going to grab a nice clean stir stick. Try to add a little tiny bit into the corner here. Get that filled in. Cool. I think that's good. That'll be fine. And then let's see, we want about 10 milliliters for the for our teal over here. This is going to be easiest to just pour. Let me find my grams. Okay. Just add a little tiny bit extra, just in case. Little tiny bit extra. And then we're going to do about 12 milliliters. Oh, actually, wait. I'll need to figure that out. Okay, that's going to be our white. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's just like, wait a minute, how am I going to... Do I want to grab a clean mixing cup to measure things? I might, actually. I'm going to grab an empty mixing cup, and I'm literally just going to put clear in this because I want to get it to about... I have a certain amount that I want to have. This feels like the easiest way to measure this. Okay, there we go. And that's how much is going to go in there. And then we've got about 60 milliliters left, which is about what I was expecting, I think. So let's put some in here first, since this is the one that I need to get done. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of resin. I actually don't want to add too much. I kind of just want enough to kind of tack things down a bit, because I'm going to be adding, you know, another layer past this. So I really only want about 10, 20 milliliters probably. But I want enough to kind of cover a little bit of this moss and get it all in place. I want the mushrooms to I want the mushrooms to feel like they're on the ground. So I don't want to like fill this up so much that those mushrooms get like completely, I don't want them floating really. That's my concern. I don't want floating mushrooms. And let's see if we can get some of this stuff, a little bit of resin on it. And then we might add a little bit more. I'm going to let that sit for a minute and let the resin kind of even out. And then we're going to add our resin over here as well. I'm going to start around the side here, I think. And I'm probably going to need to kind of move some things around here a little bit, just to get everything back in place as things kind of move around a bit with the resin. And this one, we're going to add a little bit more resin, since we're filling in the side there too. It's going to take a little bit of resin to do that. I do want to get resin all over this. I'm going to move things around a little bit with my tweezers in just a second. But let's get some resin in here. I also am going to want to pick up probably a lot of these things and set them back down just to get, make sure there's resin underneath them as well. There's a little tiny bit of resin left in there, which is good. We might need that somewhere. Let me just quickly grab my tweezers. So I saw hair there. Let's get rid of that. And I want to kind of pick things up and set them back down so that there's not air trapped in there like there is with this wing here. And I want to make sure that they're in the place that I want them. And not just running into each other. Let's do that with this rock. I want, you know, I want it to be resin on the, like, on the actual tray and not to, like, run into something sticking out or anything. Alright. Especially with the leaf and the flower here, the organics tend to like to trap a little bit of air. Let's see how this flower's doing. Yep. Very dry under here. Let's fix that. And I do plan to add another layer, and I did that kind of on purpose. Plan for multiple layers. Ooh, there's air trapped underneath this feather. Interesting. There's also cat hair trapped underneath this feather. Also interesting. Because I figured some of these things would try to float. Like the some of the, like the flower and some of the leaves and the bee would all try to float. And so I wanted to oh, that scared me. My phone buzzed and it scared me. And I want to make sure that there's, you know, going to be resin over top of that. Alright, how's everything looking? I think everything's looking pretty good. Just want to make sure everything is in the right spot. And it might, some things might move around a little bit. And that's okay. Things might end up a little bit moved around. Like this feather, apparently. It's too close to this rock. There we go. I think that'll work for now. I think that'll work. I'm going to spritz this down with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. That'll help pop the bubbles on the surface. And again, everything's kind of sticking out at the moment because we're going to add another layer of resin to help encase everything. But let's see, for now, I think that is going to go into the pressure pot like that. So let me just put it in. I'm going to put it on my double-decker thing here to go into the pressure pot. Let's see how the other one is looking. Sit back down again. So let's see, there's a couple things that can go down on the bottom with that. I'll put this one down there. Let's see, a little bit of purple. Let's fix this one as well. This is the D12. Just going to add a full drop of purple. That's not nearly, that might be too dark. Oh well, that's okay. I think it'll be the right purple. it looked kind of blue while I was mixing it. Like this looks very, very blue. And then it turned back into that kind of the purple color once it was cured. I think this will be fine. It is kind of funny how blue it looks. It looks very blue. Let's see here. So let's add, I think I do want to put the lid on this one because I think that might try to fall into the number, which I don't need. And I'll spritz that down real quick. Get rid of any little tiny bubbles there. Put this lid on. I don't think that one's gonna leak too much. There's not that much resin there. All right. Let's see. Let's see how this looks. Add a little bit more resin. Like I said, I want to try and get things sort of tacked down, but I don't want to bury the mushrooms too much. But I think I don't even have resin on all of the spots yet, so let's get things in place. Yeah, like I said, things will get trimmed a little bit too, because I want them to be lower than I need. Like this is too tall at the moment. It's going to get cut down, so it's underneath the lip of the mold, so I can actually, you know, finish off the bottom. I don't want it like so tall in the bottom that like I can't actually dome it or anything. That wouldn't be good. All right, I think that's looking a little bit better. A little bit better. My phone keeps, I really should have put it on silent. I always forget to put it on silent before I stream. And then it does this. It doesn't always do this. Alright. So put that up here. So that's ready to go. Got maybe a little bit of clear left, which is good in case we need more. Just all of a sudden. Alright. So let's mix this up and see how this teal looks. See if it looks nice and tealy. It's actually not, actually kind of a pretty teal color. And it's got little flakes of that blue and that green. Ooh, I kind of like it actually. Yeah. It ended up like, ooh, that's a good combo. So I did a mix of like a teal color, kind of a greenish teal color, and then a mix of a duo blue-green mica. And so it's kind of a tealy color, and it has kind of like a greenish shimmer to it. It worked out really well. And I did some little flake, multi-chrome flakes in there, which kind of like are two colors depending on the angle that you look at it. That's like kind of green and blue. And so it has like just a little bit of like a green sparkle to it. Ooh, that worked out well. I like that. And then let's see, this over here. This clear needs to get added to these kind of evenly. So let's just add a little bit to each of these. I'm going for a little bit more than a third. So, let's see here, a little bit more than a third. That's more into these, more into here. I always need more on the D20. How are these looking over here? A little bit more on the D10s, D4. I'm just kind of trying to add it kind of evenly across all of the dice. Alright. And actually, I don't need these lids yet. Let me put these away. Since this is going to be just one layer of 3, I don't need the lids yet. It would actually cause problems if I put the lids on at this point. Alright, so it's going to be that, and then I've got a some white shimmery resin here. White shimmery resin. We're going to kind of swirl a little bit of that in. I might wait a second to do that though. Let these sit a second. Get my other pigments mixed up while I'm waiting here. This one's going to be a silver color. Yeah, I think that'll work out. And it's kind of a silver color. This one's going to be blue. So a drop of that blue, and I don't want this super dark or anything, so just one drop should be good. Yeah, I think that'll be nice. Have enough sparkle in there. I think we'll be fine. Yeah. I could maybe even add a little bit more sparkle. I want this to be nice and shimmery, but I want it translucent, but like nice and shimmery. And there's definitely some sparkle in there. I think I could add a little bit more though. I want it very sparkly. Oh, the sparkles. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Very, very sparkly. It'll probably be hard to see on camera how sparkly it is, but yeah, it's kind of hard to see on camera how sparkly it is. Because whenever I get it at the angle where the light's reflecting off of it, like it just, yeah. You'll just have to take my word for it that it's very sparkly. And let's see, what color did I use for that? I used the sky blue. Let's do these first, I think. These are all solid colors, nice and easy. And let's see, I want to dome them a little bit so they're a little overfilled. I'll put a little bit on the lid as well. Because these are going to be going into the pressure pot, I need something to fill in the space of where the air bubbles were once I squished those air bubbles down really, really small. Set this up on our tray here, out of the way. I guess you can't actually see what I'm putting it on. I have my double-decker tray here that I'm setting it on. I'm going to do the same thing for our silver one. Dome it a little bit, put a little bit on the lid. So I've got extra. Let those sit for a minute. Let's see, so now I'm debating, do I want to, I probably want to do the swirling in of this last, because the mica powder is kind of heavy, and so I worry it's going to sink. And if it sinks, it'll have a different effect than what I was going for. Make this a little bit of an angle. But let's get actually the last little bit of resin in there. And I need this last little bit of clear resin in this mixing cup. We can get rid of that. There we go. Get that out of there. Alright, so I think actually let's put our teal in first. And that should be easy enough to do. I do want to get, I think, these orange bits off because they're going to get in the way of the lids. And if there's any orange flakes on the inside, I want to get rid of those too because I want these to be nice and clean layers. They're not going to be perfect layers, but I would like them to be as clean as possible. Like sharp layers, I guess. Not speckled. Alright. Here's our D20. Let's get our teal put in there. Alright, there's our D20. Put a little bit on the lid. Set that off to the side. I'll go down the line and do this. Remove the orange flecks from the lid so they don't get in the way. Make sure there's no like orange flecks on the inside. Add our teal. There we go. Get rid of the cat hair that's decided it wants to be on there too, for some reason. Alright, there's your D12, set that off to the side. We'll see how these turn out. Like, these are kind of color scheme I wouldn't normally do. So it's red, orange, and teal. But it might be cool. I'm just hoping that the orange didn't end up like too translucent or something. And make it so that the colors will blend together. Because that's why I put orange in the middle. I was thinking at first of putting the teal in the middle, but the red is translucent on the bottom. And I didn't want the red and the teal to kind of like be able to see one through the other, because then the colors would mix and it'd make like a weird color. I just wanted to have nice distinct colors. So I put the orange in the middle because I figured that if you see the orange through the red, it's not going to change the color too much. It'll still be pretty easy to tell what the colors are. It won't make brown on accident or something. These also have feathers in them, which is kind of fun. We'll see how that turns out too. I'm going for something a little bit strange here, but it's a little bit of an experiment. It's a little bit of a like, I don't know. This is where I like taking inspiration from things. Because this is for, I've been doing a set of dice based on a YouTube series, but in this case, like, these aren't colors that I would normally put together, which is kind of fun for broadening my horizons, as it were, and trying some new things, some new color combos and things like that. That is one of the things I like about streaming, too, is that I can just be like, hey guys, what color should I put together? Although more often than not, no one actually pipes up, but except for of course, if it's a set of joke dice, then people will pipe up. If it's just like, hey Liz, you should put cat hair in dice, it's just like, okay, I will. But no, when I ask for color recommendations. No, I do actually have a set of dice that I should, set of dice that I need to sand and polish at some point. That, oh my gosh, why is there so much cat hair? Just a second here. But I have a set of dice to sand and polish at some point that were like a suggestion from the no, actually it was because I was working on a commission and it had, the person recommended or requested a certain series of colors, and it was not a series of colors that I would normally put together. But I was just like, oh, let's make a full set of dice with those colors and see what happens. Because, you know, it was like part of a different design type thing. I was like, oh, these actually turned out kind of cool. Not colors I would have used, probably, but, like, normally. But it's fun. It's fun trying some new things. I still think that's what I like about resin, is I can always try something new. There's always something new to try. Well, arts and crafts in general, to be honest. That's what I like about arts and crafts in general. There's always something new to try. I was gonna say you never have to make the same thing twice. And I guess to a certain extent, I don't make a lot of the same things twice. I do a lot of one-off dice. I don't make like a whole bunch of the same kind of dice. I make a lot of like, here's a set that's this. Here's a different set that's this. I have a few sets that I bring back, but most of them, no, I don't. Most of them are one-offs. But I like doing the one-offs, they're fun. I can do the same sort of thing, making dice, but then also make them different every time, which keeps me entertained. Alright. I like that teal color. I might have to come back to that at some point and just make a set of dice that are like that combination of teal with the teal mica and then the blue-green and the blue and green flakes, or multi-chrome flakes, because that's just nice. It's nice. I didn't even actually use any of the ink. Alright. Last thing. We're going to do it now since it's the last one. We're just going to swirl in a little bit of this shimmering white into the, roughly a third, a little bit more than a third, clear resin in there. And it might sink a bit, which we'll see. And I'm kind of hoping it doesn't really sink. I'm just kind of adding a little bit of just a drop to each one. Maybe I'll just kind of show you what I'm doing in the D6 here. The D6, or actually the D2. It's always easiest to see in those, I think. I might need a little bit more in the D20, I'm thinking. I'm thinking I want to try making like a mold for my D2s that's like on its end, on its edge, because then I could do kind of like layered looks that would look really cool. Alright, here's kind of what I'm doing. I'll show you in the D6, just kind of swirling it in there. Just kind of swirling it. Let's see, anything need a little bit more? Hopefully that doesn't sink too much, and I think we'll be good. And then I'm actually going to, let me put these onto our double-decker tray on the bottom, since I don't need to have, I use this tray up here, the green one, to help prevent things from, like, the resin will overflow usually, just because it gets, you know, squished out by the lids. But these shouldn't overflow since they're not filled up all the way. So we'll put some of them down here. Let's not squish the side there. And then this one, I might be able to put a little bit of an angle. Yeah, there we go. There we go. They're all on the bottom now. And then let's get the lids put on these, and we'll be all set to go. Let me spritz everything down. Get some of those air bubbles popped on the surface. I think we're good to go. Alright, let me start getting these. Let me not put my thumb in it, even though I just did. So I'm just going to start putting the leaves on. There's a bubble on the surface. Pop! Pop, darn you! Pop! Oh, I did pop. There's a bubble on this surface too. Okay. Yeah, it'll be nice to get these all unmolded. That's the wrong thing. This is the correct thing. I am excited to be done with this theme that I've been working on, because these are, like I said, for YouTube series that I was just like, I'm going to make dice for that. Because I am going to be announcing February's theme on Monday. And we'll start that probably on, like, you know, that week. Because my plan is to have a different theme every month, roughly every month, and then make dice based on that theme. So I'll be announcing February's theme as voted on by patrons over on Patreon on Monday. Oops, there's still orange specks on this. I didn't clean this one off very well. Oh. Oh, that lid's not on there very good. Let's put that underneath something. I want to make sure there's a little bit of room between this and the tray, because I don't want any of it like leaking onto the tray. That wouldn't be good. Don't need any of that color on the tray. Alright, we will get these lids on. And underneath things for it to be. Alright. And I think, oh wait, we've still got some leftover resin. What am I doing? Let's get, let's make some sort of amalgamate dye with our leftover resin. And actually, these colors would probably look pretty together. Let's do maybe a D20. I'm thinking, let's start out with like the silver, I think. Let's get all of that in there. I'm just trying to use up the leftover resin here. Sometimes it's fun to use up the leftover resin to make random dice, because sometimes you end up with something really cool. Sometimes it's just like, oh, it's another one of those things where it's like, I wouldn't have thought to put those colors together, or that ended up, swirled together in a way that I, hadn't really thought of, because I did something different than usual. Let's use up all of our gray. Alright, there's our gray. Got a little bit of white there too. Let's see here. I think maybe I'll try to fade it to the purple. So I'll do our teal next, and then our blue, and then our purple, and then our white, I think. So I'll do our teal. I can hear my stomach growling. I'm gonna go eat something after this. And our blue. Maybe I won't even get to the purple. We'll see if this fills it up. Be pretty close. Ah, this might actually be the end of this then. Alright. Yeah, it's fine. just enough resin with that that blue. So there we go. There's one D20 made there. And that's fine. And then we've got some purple, some white, and some clear left. And I don't think there's enough for a D20. Oh, I could finish this though. This is a thing for making keycaps. Could finish that. But I kind of like these colors. I think the purple and the white and the clear would look nice. Let's see, what kind of die should we make? Do a D6. Let's see, what do I not have a lot of? Probably a D10 of some sort. Let's do a D10 of some sort. We'll do a D10. We'll see if we even have enough resin for the D10, but it'll probably be close. It'll probably be close. Probably not, actually. That's okay. We can do it partially filled. Alright, let's add all of our... Oh, I was like, why is that not scraping? That is a pointed thing so that I can swirl. Or get it into the right spot, actually, but it makes it harder to get it out of the container. Oh, there's a purple. I think we've got all of our clear. And let's get our last little bit of shimmering white out of here. Yeah, so this is actually only gonna get filled halfway, which is fine. We'll do a half and half dye. This can be a one that, you know, we add more to it later. Sometimes that's cool. Sometimes it's cool to have like a dye that's just like split down the middle. So we'll do that later. Let me just spritz this D20 because it's got a whole bunch of air bubbles at the surface. Pop. And then we'll actually be all set to go. So I will be back on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time doing more resin stuff. Like I said, maybe start our new theme then. Depending on, I think I might have a commission that I'm going to be working on then too, so we'll see. But I will be doing resin stuff on Wednesday night, so you can expect that if you stop by. I'm going to go get this stuff into the pressure pot. So I think we're gonna call it here. Thanks for hanging out, guys. It's good to see you. Glad you guys come see what I'm working on and hang out for a bit. Hopefully I can see you guys Wednesday as well, and I will talk to you guys later.